Yeah. All right. Could you please? Well, hello everyone. This is Richard with Idle Musings of the Nerd Mind, and my co-host Jeremy. Jeremy, how are you doing today?
Fantastic. How are you, Richard?
I'm better now that finals are over. So, I'm
Yeah.
like,
How'd everything go?
I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but straight A's in
Oh,
all my classes. It was conflict management, it was trauma informed care, and it was introduction into nonprofit. So lots and lots to learn. So, but it was a good semester. I had some amazing professors, and some of my classmates were a little questionable, but we're going to leave that right there. Uh, but for the most part, I absolutely adore them. And a couple of them say that they're going to start watching the podcast and stuff. I didn't know, like in one of my classes, it's like half of it is like nerds, and we were talking about like Predator Badlands, and they were going crazy and having like the best time. So anyway, that and looking for a new apartment. That's what I'm doing right now.
that's kind of fun and stressful at the same time. So,
You know what? Yeah, yeah. I already went to one, and yeah, that was yeah, yikes. Yeah, I'm like, y'all need to take some different pictures because like this is not like this. So, but
oh
you,
yeah,
you know how it is. Do you have a house though, right?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's an older home. It was built in the '70s, but it was completely remodeled. So most
Cool.
everything is new-ish.
Yeah,
So
no, I
it's
love
good.
that. My old house was from 1960s, and we did the ex-husband and I. We did a lot of the tearing things down or updating things and stuff like that. It's good. It's cost effective, but man, you better love each other or take a break.
Oh
Whatever.
yeah.
I'm sure you.
You definitely learn a lot when you do that. Like
Yeah,
I feel like I could fix like almost anything around the house at this point. So
yeah.
yeah.
It's because it can be really expensive.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
so even with home insurance, and we had like American Home Shield, and I'm like, "Are you crazy?" And we're just like, you know what? We need to learn how to do this if we're going to own a house. So it was just kind of one of those things. But I'm sure you know all of that now.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, because it's not fun. Anyway, how are you doing? What are you up to, man?
I am. So this is the busiest time of the year for me.
I can imagine.
So I've been doing big holiday parties for houses, for homes and families in Austin, but um, now that's kind of on the wayside, and I'm doing hunting ranches. So I'm driving down to South Texas and working for a bunch of
No
like hunters and
way.
ranchers. Yeah, and that's cool. I mean, it's 4 hours away, cool, but
Right.
and
It's a bit of a drive.
but also it's not as like the food isn't as complicated. It's mostly like manly man food, like meat and
Right.
potatoes, so
Yeah.
and it's
Venison.
all open fire cooking, and I love doing that. It's kind of brings you back to your primal roots.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Hey, I mean, all that type of food, that's absolutely what I grew up on because all the men in the house know how to cook and none of the women.
yeah,
they,
it's a full-blown role reversal these days, isn't it?
yeah, it really is. But, when the ladies, in the house I was growing up in cooked, it really did turn into pizza takeout night. Um,
Mhm.
we love them. But
No,
they were happy. They were happy too.
it's funny you say that. My wife had her cousin in town last week, and
Mhm.
I cooked dinner, and it was like chicken parmesan. It wasn't really that complicated, but
Yeah.
it was it was home cooked, and and she was just like enthralled with. She's like, "How did you do this?" I'm like, "It's like, what do you mean? How did I do this? Like this is like old school right here, you know? Like everybody
Yeah.
should know how to do this. I don't know,
Hey,
but
man, there's a lot of adults out there who are my age or older or a little bit younger. They don't know how to cook, man.
yeah,
They just don't know how to cook, and no, not making fun of anybody or anything, but I'm just glad I was in a position as a kid. I mean, the first time I cooked something, um, basically it was with my biological parents, and they're like, "Do you want to eat?" I'm like, well, "Yeah," because I was one of those latchkey kids at the time. They're like, "Here's the instructions on how to prepare the chicken, and you stick it in the oven at this temperature, and you watch it." So I was like, "Oh," because they were working like 1, 2 jobs, so it was either I learned how to do this, and or we're not eating. So,
yeah.
but
I mean,
anyway.
that is my story as well. Both parents work.
Oh wow, okay.
I learned how to cook at a pretty young age just because I had to, and so
Yeah.
um, I mean, it was mostly like instant rice and beans and things like that, but it was still, you still did it for yourself. So
Well, I mean that's okay.
yeah.
You're getting fed, and I think it's better than a microwave dinner, especially microwave dinners back then. You
Oh
know?
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
they've
where's
they've
my chocolate cake?
they've amped up their game, haven't they, with those microwave dinners?
Yeah, just a little bit. I don't even did we have microwaves? Okay, now I'm starting to date myself. I need to shut up. Because I kind of remember the oven. Do you remember just like those toaster ovens, kind
The
of like,
toaster ovens, yeah.
yeah, and
I mean,
sticking it in there.
my fondest memory of being a teenager were taquitos. I would have frozen taquitos all the time.
A
It's
huge bag.
kind of a Texas thing. Yeah, a huge bag. And
I
I'd pop like 5 of those in the toaster oven and eat that with some paste or whatever salsa, or
yeah.
it was great.
Oh, I absolutely love that. That and the egg rolls.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, egg rolls. I know.
Yeah, the big like frozen egg rolls and stuff. I would eat that and ramen as a kid, and I would go crazy. And that helped me learn how to cook even better. And I'm like, ramen
Mhm.
can be better. Let's throw vegetables in it, chicken, the shred chicken.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I was one of those kids that I'm like,
We can definitely
I'm gonna
talk
make
about food
something
for
nice.
I, I could talk about food
Oh God, yeah. Sorry, can you tell it's lunchtime? It's lunchtime. So anyway, let's um, let's start with, if that's okay with you. Let's start with Predator Badlands. And what were your feelings on it? You saw it in the theaters, right?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Um I I like pretty much all the Predator movies, even the cheesy ones. But it I would say it's a completely revamping of the Predator
Yeah.
personality. Instead
Yeah.
of like the cold-blooded, unstoppable freaking Predator, you kind of
Right.
have more of a like a just personality. They have like a family unit, and they have like motivations and things like that, And so
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. I could see why some people wouldn't like it, but I thought
Right.
for the most part it was fun. It actually had insane, awesome action sequences, and I
Yeah.
really love that. But I
Yeah.
liked the comic relief. The
Yeah.
Wayland Yutani synth was just awesome, and
Yeah.
I even liked the little cute monster that ends up being like the the
Bud.
Kraken or whatever that thing is called.
Yeah, Bud, I think,
The big
or something
bad.
like that. So cute.
Yeah,
Uh, and I like that and when you saw it grow up a little bit, I'm like, that thing's gonna tear something apart. Like,
yeah.
but yeah, I liked it. I have some friends who are hardcore, and they're like, this is not a Predator movie. This is a sci-fi movie, and I'm like, yeah, it pretty much is, but I'm okay with it. You're gonna have to
Hmm.
change it up. You can't always just have him come in all invisible and kill a room full of humans every
Hmm.
time. That gets old, and I love Dan Trachtenberg, the director of this,
Hmm.
and he did Killer of Killers, he did Prey, and I think he's doing what he needs to be doing right now to bring people back into it. And uh, what you said, I understand that some people are upset about. They thought it's like it's PG, it's too cutesy, and I'm like, I kind of like it. Actually, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Enemy Mine. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me just a little bit of that with no humans, but
Now,
in the
I
a
do
monster.
think that could have been, well, so not really in this movie, but I think moving forward,
Uh,
to bring in some humans and bring in a little bit more like hyper violence with human death would be a little bit better.
yes,
Yeah, just
yes,
to kind of bring the bring the horror element a little bit back to it.
yeah,
But I like this transition, and I liked it how they kind of led it up to a sequel, and so
yeah,
that was great. Some of the scenes were, I was laughing out loud. I mean,
yeah.
when the synth was like, what was your favorite part? And he's just like, I liked it when the blood washed over my face, something like that. After he killed that monster, I was like, yes, like exactly what he would say.
I love the Civ. I love the Civ. And she's like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. And the little creature, I'm sorry. I'm one of those people. I love that little creature, especially when he gave it food and it spit on him. I was like, and
Yeah.
she's like, oh, he's marking you.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that creature could do that a little bit better.
And he does it back sort of out of spite, but also, out of a slight bit of respect, and I thought that was
Yeah,
great.
yeah, and I mean, I absolutely love that. I love that. That little guy, the little animal, was my God, just perfect for that planet, and
Hmm.
it shows that evolution of that species. My God, it just seems like it kept going and going. And when you see this little guy and these different monsters are trying to eat it and stuff,
Hmm.
it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Even the razor grass, even that I thought was like pretty cool. Anyway, I liked it. It's kind of mixed review of my friends. Do you have friends who watch things like this or not really?
Um, I do. So my friends that have kids really liked it.
Oh,
Um, yeah. And I don't have kids, but I really liked it because my wife, she's not as schooled as we are in like the sci-fi horror fantasy world, and so
yeah.
she thought it was just like this fun movie, but I don't even think she's ever seen the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. And
Oh
so if
God.
she had, she'd probably be like, "This is horrific," like.
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally ripping spinal cords out and like
Yeah, I
disembodied.
know.
So, yeah,
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I can imagine you with your wife, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's horrific." You're like, "I know, isn't it great?" You're like,
yeah.
That's me with my friends. My friend Josiah was here, and we went to the Alamo Draft House up the street. And holy crap, he just kept looking at me like, "Why do you have this grin on your face, man?" It's like people are getting ripped apart. I'm like, "This is PG-13, dude. Jeez."
It's
I'm
like
like, "Are you
you should
okay?"
see Predator 2 if you think this is bad.
Right. Are you okay? You want me to hug you? And he just rolled his eyes at me. I'm like, just eat your popcorn, all right? This is great. But anyway, I loved it. Probably a short review on it. It just kind of seems like it comes down to you either liked it or you really didn't like it. At least with my group of friends and the people who I talked to, you either loved it or you didn't. There's no way in the middle kind of thing. So
Yeah, I could see that. Um, I mean, I loved it. I thought it was fun. I was never like bored. I was never like, well, this is stupid or this is
yeah.
silly. I thought the whole thing was entertaining as all hell. Like it was so much fun to watch, like
Hmm. It was a lot of fun and I absolutely enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
Um,
And that's why
what
we go to movies anyway, to be entertained, right? I mean,
that
you could
and
you could keep up with the old school lore, and I appreciate that kind of stuff, but sometimes you have to kind of adapt a little bit and
yeah,
accept the new thing. If you had fun watching it, then it was good.
yeah, I absolutely agree. The same thing with what Noah Hawley with Alien Earth. Um, I'll tell you this right now. A lot of my friends are absolutely confused because they're trying to put it in some kind of order. And
Hmm.
they're like, well, what about Alien Romulus? It took place between Alien and Aliens. And where does this take place? And I'm like, before Aliens. And they're like, well, we're going to see Sigourney Weaver. I'm like, well, maybe, it seems like she's pretty open to it,
I
so
read somewhere that she'd signed on to possibly be in one of the newer movies, upcoming movies, and she absolutely loved Alien Earth. So
yeah, she really
I'd say
did.
if she endorsed Alien Earth, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, hey,
I mean,
I'm also
she's like the most old school female superhero ever, man. I freaking you know
her in what's her name from
Sarah
Terminator.
Connor,
Yeah,
Sarah Connor, yeah.
those are my ladies. Right there. Don't mess with them; they'll stab you or something. But
I I remember
go ahead.
seeing an interview one time with Jennifer Lawrence, her talking about how she was like the very first like female action star, and I was like, "Girl, have you ever watched an '80s movie? My God, like
Oh, Jennifer Lawrence, we love her. We're like,
I'm not
I
saying
just
anything
kind of
bad
want
about Jennifer Lawrence. I thought the Hunger Games were good, but
to, right? It was
it ain't
good,
no it ain't no Ripley, man. Come on.
right? You ain't got no monster the whole time trying to hunt you. All right, you in like
Yeah,
cute dresses and stuff. Not her.
right, right.
She tried to like I don't know, like survive stuff with a
Like
baby in her arm.
you're not fighting the queen alien with your bow and arrow. Sorry,
Right. Oh, by the way, you lose, Jennifer. Jennifer Lawrence, you lose. I love you, but you lose on this one. So, even with Mystique and X Men, I'm just saying, I need to leave
Yeah,
it
yeah,
alone.
yeah.
I'm
Not
still
knocking her as an actress. She's great.
no, no,
Yep.
we are not. Because I could just see the comment section right now. Anyway, I'm gonna
Yeah.
just leave that alone. But I did want to bring up before we kind of leave the Predator Alien talk. Did you want to go ahead and talk about those animated shorts that we looked at, and which one was your favorite? I forgot the names, but I can describe which one I like.
Um, I liked Isolation, the very first one.
Yeah,
They're like these 10-minute YouTube alien shorts that I think are just so well done, and
they were
um,
awesome.
they have, I mean, they show the alien, but in very short segmented clips where it's not
Yeah.
like hardcore CGI. It's mostly like character driven and scene driven,
Hmm.
and it really brings like the tension and the horror of like the original Alien shows
I
or
love it.
movies, you know. And
Yeah,
the first one that I watched, Isolation, I was pretty floored with it, you know. I
yeah,
mean, where like they're docking onto like another ship to be
yeah,
rescued, and she writes in her own blood, "Do not open," like on
yeah.
the window. Like I love
Mhm.
that, you know. And that was the end of the scene. I was like, yes, like that is so cool, you
And
know.
that's how it should be. In my opinion, I love things like that. My favorite one were, did you see the one with the miners?
Yes, I did. That was
That
really
was my
good.
favorite, and I really do kind of like how the Sith, because you're like, oh, she's gonna, help us and this, that, and the other. And the two who were going to escape, she kind of let the aliens go through and
Hmm.
get them. Is that the same one, or am I mixing two together?
No, those are two different episodes, but the one where the
Oh, okay,
miners,
all right.
yeah, it shows oh shoot, what happened?
What
You
do you
see
mean?
me?
Yeah, I
Something
can
popped
still
up.
see you.
Okay, good.
What's that?
My computer is being silly, but no, the fact that it goes back to the Weyland Yutani protocol, you know, like the actual like the real reason that they're there. It's not to actually be mining, but to actually get in control of the alien species, you know, so they could use it
Yeah,
for whatever they want, a weapon of sorts.
yeah.
Yeah, thought that was cool.
I
It
I
just
mean,
it brings you back to the first movie, you know. That
I
was the big
agree.
mystery. Yeah.
I agree, and I think that's what Alien Romulus did.
Hmm.
Um, in many ways, it kind of brought me back, to the very first one, but it was also a really good mix of aliens, the second one.
Hmm.
It was just, right there in the middle. And also, they took the lore from Prometheus and Alien Covenant and all of that. And I, I just love him, the director of it. It's Freddie Alvarez, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. The first thing I ever saw of his was the revamp of Evil Dead.
Oh yeah.
And, and I fell in love with him. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to follow this guy. But he was such a fan of Alien, and you could totally see it in Alien Romulus. You can see it to the point of he even played the game,
Yeah.
because you would see stuff and they would go up to things and we're like, oh my God, that's a saving. That's a saving you save here, and like the
Hmm.
doors. It was really awesome, and the crawlways and all of that. I don't know. It made me happy,
So
and I love these films too. Sorry, go ahead.
well, so I love the fact that Romulus brings back like the space haunted house on a space station kind of thing. You
Yeah,
know, like it's super dark and gritty, and you know the tension is really high. So I love that it's like a big throwback, but they also introduce like the some stuff from the prequels. But
yeah,
then I think it's a nice balance with Alien Earth, where it's a completely new story,
I
and the
love it.
setting is completely new. But within Alien Earth, there's actually one episode where it's just like that. It's like a a horror movie on a spaceship, you know,
Yeah,
and I think it's freaking great.
that was awesome, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I loved it. Go ahead.
that was probably one of my favorite episodes, probably.
Yeah,
Just it was just old school, and the horror tension was super high. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, and I love the fact that he basically that episode he's like, well, this is my version of aliens. If I
Yeah,
was to do it, this is how I would. Do it.
yeah.
um, it was brilliant. I thought the whole series is brilliant. I'm so happy it's been greenlit for a second season. Um, I don't know. I loved everything about it. So it just absolutely made me happy. And you and I could talk aliens all day. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, we're gonna have to. What's the next thing you want to talk about?
We're
Stranger.
gonna discuss Frankenstein, maybe, right?
Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and
Or
talk
what
about
were you gonna
Frankenstein.
what were you gonna say? Sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say either that or Stranger Things. Either
Oh yeah.
Frankenstein or Stranger Things. So what did you love? What did you hate about Frankenstein? What's your opinion about it?
Um. Well, I think the actor that plays the creature was fantastic.
Hey,
Thought he was 10 out of 10. Like he did a really, really awesome job. It's
yeah.
the guy from Euphoria, uh,
Oh,
Jacob
really?
Elordi or something. Yeah, can you believe it?
That is
But
insane.
yeah. Also, the set design. Del Toro always pulls all this, pulls all
Yeah,
the stops. I mean, like
I
the
love
set design was just beautiful. Like every
it.
single like square inch of the movie screen was like just perfect. Like
It
it
was
was
gorgeous. Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, just the opulence and the colors and like just I mean, he really like just knocked it out of the park with that. I
Yeah.
did think it was really long.
Just,
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't say it's a perfect movie, but I thought it was really entertaining and I really enjoyed it. So
yeah. I I pretty much just love it, and I've been following Del Toro and things that he's done. Everything from Pan's Labyrinth to Hellboy, all of it. I've
Mhm.
been following even his Netflix series, Cabinet of Curiosities or Curioso.
Yeah, I loved that series, man. That was great.
God, that was amazing. And I was watching a YouTuber and he was talking about it. And basically, he was bitching at Del Toro. He's like, let's see, I think it's been 3 or 4 years. Can we please have season two now? Can that
Yeah.
I'm like, I think he's been a little busy with Frankenstein, his first love. I love the design from the creature to all the sets.
Mhm.
They did change things. Victor's father wasn't as evil as,
Mhm.
that one. And actually, I think if you read the book, he's more of an enabler to Victor, and that's why Victor goes as far as he does. And I think if his father at one point would have said, "That's enough," I think that would have been a completely different story. Um, I do like the end. It is not like the end of the book. I think the book it's pretty bleak because
Yeah.
Frankenstein basically wanted to die after Victor. Or spoiler warning, sorry guys. He wanted to die afterwards, and this it seems like Victor he absolutely was asking for forgiveness, but it kind of leaves it open. It's like, what is the creature going to do? Because he really cannot die. Is he going to go out there and hopefully do something good or
Well, I was thinking about that, and there's a movie coming out, I think next month called The Bride, and it's
yes,
and it's by Maggie Gyllenhaal actually.
yeah, I
And that actually, the original Bride of Frankenstein, I think, is supposed to take place in like the 1920s or 30s, and
I think so.
and so the creature had already been alive for like 100 years, and so he's so lonely that he asks some like I don't know if it's Victor Frankenstein that's still alive. I don't think so. It's somebody
I
else
don't know.
to create him a
Yeah,
new corpse bride, basically. And so
yeah.
I find that to be kind of fascinating. I want to see where that movie goes too. And isn't it cool that there's two Frankenstein movies within a few months of each other?
I know it's really weird. It just seems like last year, what was it? It just seemed like all these vampire movies came
Hmm.
out. It was like Renfield, and it just seemed like everything was like vampire, and it seems like 2025 is the year of Frankenstein, or
Well,
something kind of like that.
there's an interesting phenomena where like thought patterns that are like in the ethers like seem to kind of balance each other out a little bit sometimes.
Right.
Like there's like, do you remember when there was the Prestige and then the Illusionist that came
Yes.
out within like months of each other, and they're both about magicians. And I
Yeah.
think
The
I think it's pretty
same.
interesting that happens like that. Like I
Well,
don't think that they would knew about each other or were working with each other at all.
and I think most movies they don't. I mean, let's look at it. Welcome to Derry, and let's look at Stranger Things. Similar. It's not the same thing by any
Right.
means, but it's pretty similar. And we were. I know it's sometimes we discuss this in like classes and stuff, and we were talking about like movies reflect what people are going through,
Hmm.
uh, kind of in society and stuff like that. And you know, with vampires, it's like they can be, these beautiful, gorgeous creatures, or they can be these land sharks that are coming after you, and they're gonna maul you. And I think it's interesting to see which way it pivots. Is it these beautiful, gorgeous creatures, or are these land sharks that are gonna rip your head off and run after you and stuff? Like zombie movies.
Mhm.
At a certain point in time, it just seemed like, oh my god, how many zombie movies can we have? You know, and I'm
Yeah.
not complaining. I love zombie movies.
Oh, I love them too. I
Yeah, just kind
I'm
of like,
excited for the Bone Temple. I think it's
oh
coming out
god,
very soon. Yeah.
yes, it's coming out in January. It's coming out next month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in January. I'm excited, dude.
That'll be cool. It's
I
got cool lore, and I mean 28 days later was, I mean, I thought one of the best zombie movies of all time. So
I I absolutely love it, and people are gonna kill us for calling it a zombie movie because
oh,
people
I
get
know.
weird. They're like, "It's a rage monster." I'm like, "Right, but they're eating someone's face." But sure,
Yeah.
rage monster movie. We'll go
They
with that.
resemble they resemble really fast moving zombies. I would say the
Exactly.
closest thing would be like
Exactly.
World War Z zombies.
Oh, that's my movie. Did you like that or
Oh yeah, I loved that movie. I read the
okay?
book too, and I think
It's
that way different. Yeah, the book is way different. But they did a really great job with the movie,
yeah.
they wrapped it up really well. I thought, like they had a good, satisfying ending.
Yeah, I
And it was
agree.
scary at the very end, going through that freaking medical lab. That was
Yeah,
terrifying. Yeah.
that was, and there was the zombies just looked terrifying, but the one that like terrified me the most was this black woman who was a doctor, um,
Hmm.
and she kept like trying to bite the glass or bite at them through the glass, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god, she's horrific. I'm like, I love it. I love how scary she looks.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
that whole scene I remember was like edge of your seat, terrifying. All the doctors were just like snapping their teeth. Like, oh, it's like,
yeah,
oh,
I
freaky, man.
I would probably die. I would probably just be like, forget this. Have you ever seen Tales of the Walking Dead? It was like these little mini
Yeah,
episodes of
I saw some of those. Yeah.
Okay, did you see the one with Parker Posey?
I don't think so.
Oh
I need
God,
to. Is it on
it's
Netflix?
kind
Can I
of
watch it?
yeah. I thought that one was really kind of funny because you
Uh-huh.
just see like these two really rich ladies like barely getting killed and they're escaping it. And oh, I probably shouldn't ruin it for you. Go go watch it.
It's okay. I'm gonna
Are
look
you
it up as soon as we're done with this. So
okay? Basically, at the end, I think they just get so tired of running, they just let the zombies come bite them. They're just like, "Ah, everyone's turning into zombies. Why not?"
yeah.
That would probably be me at some point. I'm like, you know what? Go ahead, go ahead, just bite me, keep me
I
together.
mean, what kind of a life is there when all you're doing is running away from zombies? You know?
No, it's not a life. You know, oh my god, I would anyway. And then people go nuts and turn into cannibals and do all kinds of crazy, shit. So
Yeah.
no, I like to watch people go through it. I don't want to go through it.
No, no, absolutely not.
So that's a huge no. But I guess wrapping up with Frankenstein, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Some people are going nuts about it. They just absolutely love it. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. I
Mhm.
really do like it, and I am considering buying it on Blu-ray if it comes
Mhm.
out. But Netflix has stopped doing that. I am a physical media person because they will either change it or, like on my Fandango at Home account, uh, it won't play. And
How, how do you feel about this shift from going to the cinema, going to the movies to straight to streaming? How do you feel about that?
I don't, and as much as I want it, I'm like, give it to me. Give me my Blu-ray or my, 4K or whatever. Um, I don't like it. I love going to cinema.
Mhm.
Um, but the struggle is real. People with kids and families that want to go do that cannot do it because you're dropping like at least $100 just to
Yeah,
go see a movie. Yeah.
or you could pay $28 a month and have a Alamo VIP pass and see all the movies you want.
Thank you. And all my friends who are watching this, you know what I want now.
That
Get
is
in.
that is the thing, man. It's worth its price in gold, man. Like you can see a
So
movie
you and me,
every like two or three a week if you wanted to for the whole month
oh, what?
for like $30.
And you and your wife have that, right?
Yeah, yeah, and we use
Oh
it
man.
all the
See,
time.
I'm gonna have to just go ahead and do it. You know,
It made me happy
I'll
when
wait
you
till
said
after
that
Christmas.
you went to Alamo. It makes me happy that there's an Alamo in Denver because I love Alamo
There's
Draft House.
three. There's three of
Nice.
them here in Denver, and to tell you the truth, and nothing against other movie theaters, but if there wasn't an Alamo here, I probably wouldn't go to a movie theater.
Yeah,
Um,
I
I'm
saw
a
something at
fan.
a Regal or something, I think
Oh
last
God,
year, and it just
yeah,
was not. It was not great. I was The
yeah,
food was terrible.
yep.
There was no beer on tap. I mean, come on,
What? That? Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
But I go because I absolutely love that Alamo Draft House will kick your ass out. If you're, I mean,
Mhm.
and that's with the ones here and the ones at other places. I'm glad that's stuck, and because now it's been franchised. But they all have to look like the one in Austin, like the first one, kind of in Austin. So,
Mhm.
which I'm glad about that because it just feels like I'm going home, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
me
it,
too. They have all the kitschy little ads where they
yeah,
have like clips from old movies and it's funny and
yeah,
quirky and stuff. I like that, you know, like it's
yeah.
great. And then they really hammer it in, like do not talk during the
Right.
movie. They say it like 3 times, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and I
Yeah.
love that. I've taken friends recently, and they they didn't understand, like Denver people or California, to Denver people, and they were pulling out their cell phones and stuff, and I'm like, guys, seriously, they will kick you out and not refund you.
I mean,
So
for
put
me,
it away.
it's the ultimate escape, you know, like yeah,
Yeah,
you turn your phone off, you know, you sit down and enjoy the movie. Like there's no distractions, it's just you and the film, and it's just like it's
yeah.
what it should be. I feel like it brings it back, you know, it's old school.
I mean, I love that, and I'm even gonna say it. Going on a few dates, people will like take out their phones and try to talk to me and try to have dinner. There is no second date. There,
Um,
I'm like, you gone, goodbye. I'm like, I can't
um,
deal with that. I mean, you can't sit down without your phone for like what, however long dinner lasts, 45 minutes to an hour, and
mhm.
actually have like a real conversation with somebody instead of like on your phone back and forth. It's not for me. I'm sure some people are going to roll their eyes at me, but it's not for me. If I'm going on a date, I want to get to know somebody,
Yeah, yeah,
and I want them to hear me and understand me, and I want to hear them and understand them too. So, anyway, Alamo Draft House. I'm very much like that. I don't even talk. You know,
yeah.
uh,
No, I
during the movie.
way. I
So
was out for drinks with a couple friends not long ago, like a few weeks ago, and one of my friends decided, like we were all talking and chatting and stuff, and
yeah.
one of my friends just picked up his phone and started scrolling, and like me and my other two friends kind of looked at him, we're like, well, Justin's checked out.
What did he say? Was he
he,
like,
he was like embarrassed and put away his phone, and I didn't feel bad at all. I was just like, yeah, that's what you don't pull out your phone, man. Just hang out with your friends, you know, like come on, be
well, I
present.
mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that was the end. Like, be present. You know, I think that's
Yeah,
important.
and I mean, how long has it been since you've even like talked to each other?
Yeah,
Face to
everybody's
face.
so busy with their lives. It's just,
Yeah, exactly. Give that area the respect it deserves. And absolutely put your phone down, talk to people, and hang out and catch up and truly catch up and truly understand what people are going through, because it may not all be great stuff. Life isn't
mhm.
all great, and they may really need you to listen. you
Yeah,
know
certainly.
Active listening. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna put my milk carton back over there.
Yeah,
We should probably move on to, you want to talk about it, or you want to talk about, um, Stranger Things?
I think it, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's,
What are your initial, what are your initial feelings on that Welcome to Derry?
you saw the last episode, right?
Yeah, I just saw it today.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I love it. And you and I are on the same page. Lore, how they, oh my God. And then the crossing over of Halloran from The Shining. And by the way, he is mentioned in the book, and he did help some of the people from the Black Spot club get out of it. Um, I just I love it. I think he did something completely amazing. Like the girl was saying at the end, she's like, you found out that she's going to be the mother of Richie, one of the losers,
Mhm.
to kill him. She's like, what if he goes back, keeps going back, in the past every 27 years to try to kill off, our grandparents or descendants or, whoever. And what a concept. They've completely just changed
Yeah,
uh, the movie because the fact that he's like the past, the present, the future, it's all the same to me, you know, and he even knows that he's gonna die.
hmm
And he even knows, and it just blew my mind. I'm like, oh, holy, oh my God. What are they going to do with this? They completely set themselves up to do season two and season three, but keep going backwards and not forwards because we already
yeah.
know it's going to happen. But he's trying to go back in the past to probably kill one of them to stop that future from happening.
I
I,
wonder if, uh, I mean, he could only go as far back as when he actually turns into the clown image. If you want the same like vibe of the show, if you want Pennywise to still be Pennywise, who we all know,
right.
like it only goes back to like the 30s, really, right? Or
Yeah.
I think before that, he's just like a shape shifting entity that basically
Yeah.
just turns into whatever his victim's most afraid of. But
Right.
and I thought that the show did such a good job of that. Like when it showed the Native American actually seeing what she was the most afraid of, and it was like a
Yeah.
Catholic missionary or something. It was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's so crazy.
It's like, oh my God. It's like,
Yeah,
that's not great. That's like,
yeah. And then when he's multiple shape shifting at the end and turning into that winged dragon like wraith creature, like
yeah,
oh my god, it was so cool looking. Like I thought that
yeah,
was amazing. Yeah, like
but
some seriously good horror. But the fact that
yeah,
he's transcendent
uh,
is such a new concept, and I love it. I
yeah.
absolutely love it. Yeah.
I love the fact, and his second favorite form was that winged creature
Yeah.
because in the book Halloran, from what I understand, when the black spot is like burning and stuff like that, he saw, of course, he could see it, probably the other people didn't, came
hmm
down and grabbed somebody and flew away, probably
Yeah.
to eat.
Like
He's
a
gonna eat.
giant, like a pterodactyl. I think it's described more as like a giant crow, really.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, it's like a bird. It's more like a bird than like reptilian,
yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. But I, oh my God, and the fact how they crossed everything over from The Shining to Shawshank.
hmm
Um, I think there's another. I think it's like 11/22 something. It's
63.
another Stephen King book, but it's about time travel.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
that's
and
a really good book, by the way. If you've
oh, I
if
have
you've
I
never read
haven't
that,
read it yet, but it's pretty good.
oh, it's fantastic. Yeah,
Okay.
it's I mean, it's a historical fiction, a retelling of like the assassination of JFK.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it goes into like multiple paradoxical worlds. And so
Wow.
as the guy goes back and forth from present to past, he creates these like new wormholes.
Yeah.
And it really goes deep on that. And it's really cool, actually.
I can't wait to read it now because I hear he also spends. So he obviously he goes back in time and it's a teacher and he spends, from what I understand, a lot of time in Derry. Is that
hmm
true? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Um,
He actually talks with Richie and Beverly.
oh
And
no.
I think it's it's technically after they had ousted it for the first time. And
Nice.
like the time, like the way that they were acting was like
Mhm.
there was no fear in them at all anymore. You know,
Right.
like it was like that's what I gathered. There was no, they didn't specifically explain that, but
Right.
that's what I gathered from the scene. It was good.
I can't wait to read it now. It's been on my list. And some of my friends who kind of are like us, they love the lore. They're like, seriously, Richard, he's in Derry for a while. And I'm like, oh wow, this is going to be amazing. Who is he going to cross paths with? All of this
Mhm.
stuff. Um, is it true that you see like a smiley face sticker? Do they talk about that in the book, or do they not talk about that?
Hmm.
Like
I
on a
can't really.
plane or something? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if I remember that.
Okay.
It was when the book first came out years ago. So yeah,
Okay.
I'd have to like recollect that one. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Um, that would be Randall Flagg. That would be a
yeah.
Randall Flagg reference. I don't know if he's actually in there, but any smiley face little sticker or whatever, it's always a reference to the Man in Black or Randall Flagg. So, um, absolutely love that. Absolutely, they didn't go into the mist like I wanted.
Mhm.
But I think the fog is coming from, it's called Todash, the space where all the creatures are, and I believe he even lived there for like a period of time or whatever. When they got rid of one of those pillars, I really think it did, and he was able to open the doorway to Todash, but maybe not big enough, for the creatures to get through.
Right,
Um,
right.
but I think it is that. I think the army is not going to stop, and it's going to turn into Project Arrowhead, which is from the mist, or at
Mhm.
least some of the scientists are going to continue to do that, because in Derry, the veil between there and here, it's really, really thin. And I think it's the same thing with Castle Rock. It's the same thing with Salem's Lot or Jerusalem's Lot,
Mhm.
and a couple of other neighboring places because they're all super close to Derry, and
Mhm.
Derry seems like is right in the middle. So I'm super excited about all of
Um,
that.
one of King's biggest influences was Lovecraft, and
Yeah,
in the Mist, I remember. Uh, by the way, very underrated movie. I think that movie's really good.
The
You
Mist.
know, The Mist. Yeah, I mean, I like the
Yeah,
movie. The book is great, but I mean, the movie is also really good. It's
it
pretty
is.
devastating at the end, to tell you the truth. But
Yeah, it's a little bit.
yeah, yeah. Don't want to spoil that one, but yeah. But anyways, there's a character in, like, not a character, but a creature in the movie that is just like Cthulhu. I mean, it's like
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah. I mean, it's
the big
the way
one.
they, yeah, the way they depicted it was just awesome. You know, it's like, oh
Yeah,
my god, that looks like Cthulhu. You know, if
yeah.
anybody knows what that is.
Well, I'm sure if people are like listening to us, they probably know, Lovecraft. Like one of my favorite shows is Lovecraft Country, which
Uh
is
huh.
kind of ironic because all the main leads are black. and Lovecraft was not, with gay people, people of color, and Jewish people, he was not a fan of it.
Oh, I did not know
Um,
that. That's
oh
interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's
I heard
notorious,
that
and
about Herbert, the guy that wrote Dune.
yeah,
He was also
yeah,
sort of like that. Yeah,
yeah. I
unfortunately.
think it's kind of. I think it's sad because I'm not going to go too much into it. I mean, people can go do a deep dive on it. I did a deep dive in it. It's kind of heartbreaking to me because I
Mhm.
love a lot of his stuff.
Yeah.
But I had to start using it's Lovecraftian um, instead of yeah love. I don't know. I'm still a work in progress about it. But it's that old argument of if a singer is an absolutely horrible person, are you still going to collect their music? Same thing with an actor. Are you going to go watch their
Mhm.
movies? Um, I don't know. I'm still a work in progress on that.
A
Whether
lot
I
to wrap
understand,
your head around when it comes down to
yeah,
stuff like that. Like there were classic movies from the '90s that that I think were just masterpieces, and then you find out that the guy that created it was kind of a not so great of a person, and so
yeah,
it's definitely like a conflict of interest to say the
it
least.
really is.
Yeah,
It really.
yeah.
Are you talking about Mel Gibson? Are you
Uh,
talking-
I didn't say any names.
It's like I like everybody.
I mean, come on, Braveheart, it's like one of the greatest movies of all time, and then it's
Yeah,
made by that guy. It's like, oh man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm just I leave stuff like that alone. I watch what I like to watch, and I choose to give my money to things I want to support. You know,
Hmm.
um, with Lovecraft, I'll go to the library and maybe check it out. So, I'm not going to
There's
buy it.
a well, I think there's a whole new world of great content out there right now, and one of my favorites, and it actually relates back to Stephen King, is Joe
Okay.
Hill and his
Yes.
new book. Yeah, King's Sorrow by Joe Hill. Joe Hill is Stephen King's son,
Right.
and Joe Hill has a number of great books out there right now. But there, in one way or another, a lot of these books relate to the King verse, the King literary universe. And
I did not know that.
his newest book is absolutely fantastic. It's about this group of college kids that summon a dragon to take care of their problems, and
You were telling me about this.
they end up signing a contract, and they didn't really realize that the dragon has to have a sacrifice every single year of their
Yeah.
lives, and so they have to
You were
deal with
telling
that
me.
as they. It's just so good, and there's direct connections to the Stephen King literary universe throughout the entire book,
Nice.
and it's also like we were talking about Del Toro and like a lot of his
Yeah.
stuff. He deals a lot of like the occult, and I think the occult is fascinating, like devil
I do
worship and
too.
summoning and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is very much on that level, So it's just really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I know you told me about it like when we talked before the show. It is something I absolutely am interested in. I'm glad that you said that it deals with the occult because that's kind of one of my things I like to investigate.
Hmm.
Um, the one thing I don't know why I love investigating is God, what I can't even remember his name right now. Jim Jones, Reverend Jim Jones,
Oh
and
yeah.
the Poison Kool-Aid. He fascinates me, and not like I want to be like him. And I say he fascinates me because in that time in the '70s, he got gay people, people of color, women who did not have husbands, single mothers. He got all of these people on this island. What the hell did he do to get all those people to come there? But if you look at that time period, a lot of those people were disenfranchised
Hmm.
people. And he spoke to them. And just crazy. Some people drank that Kool Aid willingly, other people didn't, and they got shot.
Hmm.
So
Did they get
anyway,
shot if they didn't drink the Kool-Aid? I didn't know
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Wow. There were a few survivors.
yeah. A
Maybe like
senator,
just like a handful of survivors, but weren't there
right?
like wasn't it like a crazy number of people that
It was a
died?
lot. It
Yeah.
was a lot of people, and to tell you the truth, whatever island he was on or whatever, America and I believe a couple of other countries didn't have any jurisdiction at all, and
Wow.
he could do it.
Yeah.
And the scary thing is a lot of these people thought this is going to be a fantastic place. It's going to be a new place. It's not going to be like, America where they hate, people of color and gay people and, look down on single mothers and stuff like that. I mean, it fascinates me how he could have got this group of people there. Yes, they were disenfranchised, but even towards the end, there were some people who were following him willingly drinking,
Yeah.
Kool-Aid, and some of them even
I mean,
knew.
hundreds of people willingly
Yeah,
drink.
children, even
Yeah.
children. Anyway,
It's it is really
segue.
fascinating that the power that some people can have, the power of manipulation, the power of energy life force that you could have over somebody else. I mean,
Yes,
it's wild. And there's not a whole lot of explanation behind it. There's nothing that's quantifiable. There's nothing
right,
scientific about it, really. And so
right.
it's just, chalk it up to just humans and energy, and the way that we could,
Yeah,
you know, harness that and control that. It's just
yeah.
wild. Yeah. I
It's
mean, there's been dictators out there that have done the same thing. Like
yeah,
you could say Hitler did that. He controlled
guys.
an
Yeah,
entire country.
yeah,
After the war, people were completely confused. They were like, "Wait, what? We did what?"
yeah,
Like they didn't even know that what they were doing was wrong. And
yeah.
so it's really really fascinating.
It's I will say this. I know we got a couple of other things to talk about, but um, we dwelled in it in trauma informed care. Um, and people who go through a certain amount of trauma, you know, um, I don't think they gravitate towards it willingly.
Hmm.
But that trauma, especially if it was in their youth, it changes them. It changes your brain chemistry to a certain way. And I think some of the people, not all of them, but some of them gravitate towards people like that because I've, I don't know, and this is my opinion. I feel that they want to gain some kind of control in their life, and through that person, maybe they can gain that control.
Hmm.
So it was fascinating. That was a course that was really fascinating to me this semester. So, but you're right too. What you were saying, you are absolutely correct. So, all right, I'm gonna shut up. Put my box over here and
We could have
stuff.
another podcast about this kind of
I
stuff.
know we could do it. I'm like,
I've got a psych degree. I've got a lot to say about all that.
oh really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool. Oh my god. About what I said, or just about the
Well,
subject in
just the
general?
encompassing this whole topic is really fascinating, and there's so many different avenues that we could go down in
Yeah.
discussing this kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah. No, oh my god. We're okay. We're gonna do it. We're gonna totally do it. We'll do like a little bit of a deep dive on something.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is? Oh my god. I have my list here. I need to. Talk about Predator, William Derry. Last thing, Stranger Things, season 5, part 1.
I think it's really really good.
Okay.
I have one problem with it.
Okay.
I think it took too long to come out. And so like my investment
Mm,
with these characters has faltered a little bit, and I felt like I had to
yeah.
like rewatch the last season before I could really
Yeah.
get into the season. But
Yeah.
besides that, I think the story is fantastic. It's really well done. You know, all the acting's great. The sets are really, really good. The actual story is in depth and it's got a lot of drama. I mean, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what the deal is with these studios producing shows so slowly, though. I mean, I just remember when Game of Thrones would have a new season every year, and you'd talk about it. You know, so
what 22 episodes? I remember like watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
And Angel, and I'm like, oh god, this is a filler episode, and it seemed like people caught on to that, and they're like, okay, fine. Now I don't mind 10. I think 10 is a really like 8 or 10. That's a good number. Let's just get to the point. Quit doing the whole filler thing. But 5. I'm like,
you know what? You know
no.
what
I'm not.
show? You know what show had all filler episodes? In my opinion,
What?
Lost. Lost.
That
whole show is a filler. The entire show.
Nope. Nope, I didn't. What? No, and some of my friends who watch this are going to be like, "You missed out." I'm like, "Did I? Did
I don't even care.
I can't do it, man. I just can't. We talked about that. I cannot do Lost, and I love Fringe, and I love like a whole bunch of his other shows, but hell no, no with Lost. But I'm going to add on to what you said. Yes, it took too long because let's look at the kids who are supposed to be in high school. Especially, what's the name of the black kid with the flat top? I always forget all their
I can't
names.
remember. Yeah, that's the thing. I can't remember any of their names because it's been so long since it came out.
Except for 11.
Sorry, I like the show.
Will.
Yeah, okay, 11. I know
11. Can we just say they're a little too old to be in high school? And,
I mean, Finn Wolfhard looks like he's like 35, man.
I think he is. No, just kidding. Oh my God. I don't know. I don't have any evidence. But the black kid, is going up there, and the nerds are getting picked on. They're tired of being picked on. Just seeing him walk down the hall, I would have been like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Yeah, he's like a full grown man pretending to be an 11.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, this isn't right on so many levels. But anyway,
that whole scene where one of the kids is getting picked on and then his friends show up and they're like a bunch of like 30-year-olds, like, hey, it's like of course that would scare the crap out of a 17-year-old.
You gonna push me? Oh my god. Oh my god. It stood out in my head. I don't know why, but it did. I'm like, he does not belong in school. I'm like, you need to get that grown ass man out of here, man. So, but anyway, I love the show. I love the fact of, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, I like what they did with Will. I do agree with you. It took way too long because Will, what, the past 2 seasons, they barely used him, I feel.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially that road trip, there is one thing I do love when his brother basically says, I love you no matter what. In season 4, that kind of brought, some tears to my eyes because, even me when I was younger and not, out and trying to like hide it from people and stuff, where if anyone knows me, I wasn't hiding it. They're like, oh my God, okay, you'll figure it out, Richard. But yeah, it just kind of reminded me of some talks I had with really like some of my best friends who are like brothers to me and my dad. it was just hard, and it was hard for some of them to get to that point, and it wasn't hard for others to be like, "I love you and I support you no matter what," you know.
Hmm.
That I love that, and carrying over into season 5, and him talking to God, I can't remember her name. I can't remember anyone's name. Um, Talking to her kind of about you know being gay and
Yeah,
being out and everything. I thought that was a lovely moment, and it has me ready to go to see the rest of the chapters for season 5. So I'm just
I agree
wondering what
with
they're gonna.
you. I I thought that that was poignant and very very well
Mhm.
done, and it was exactly the way it should have been done. Like I mean they did it right. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and I God, I'm so gonna date myself. I was still a kid during that time period. I'm not gonna tell you how old I was, because it was the '80s. It I don't know. It just really it hit me because I was a kid and kind of like having those feelings,
Hmm.
back then. God forbid in the '80s if you said anything about that. People are gonna have like pitchforks and torches coming at you. But I think the way they're handling this is wonderful, and I I'm glad they made him a strong character because sometimes they make gay kids or gay people weak, or they kill them off quickly, or and I guess it's the same trope, with black people. It's like, why you gotta kill them so soon? Damn, let them have at least one sentence, So,
You know,
but
I grew up in the '90s, and it wasn't really any different then either. So
yeah,
like high school was just like what you described. I mean, it was the same.
yeah,
So I feel like the modern times, people do embrace people's differences a lot more now, and
a
so
hell of a yes.
I appreciate that, because I mean, in the '90s, I mean, it was pretty toxic, I'd say.
I would say so. Still being in high school and stuff, getting out and getting ready to go to college and everything. Um, I will say in the '90s it was slightly more accepted because I remember we had gay and lesbian clubs, a club. Excuse me, one club. We have like a whole. We're gonna convert you, but anyway, yeah. Anyway, yeah, we
We're gonna
had.
convert you.
We're gonna convert you, everybody. Anyway, I'll stop.
Okay.
But yeah, we had like a club, but was I out? Was I like gravitating towards that? No, because I was scared to have people say anything about me. I
Hmm.
mean, it's hard enough being a kid during that time. Do you want to, tack on something else? You know, but yeah, and I will agree. It was still hard, um, but a little bit more accepting than the '80s. Because the '80s, it just seems like there was no acceptance at all.
Hmm.
So anyway, but I love the show, and I hope it's gonna continue to go in a really good direction. Fingers crossed. Um, but I agree with you. It took way too long, and I found myself doing the exact same thing. Going back and watching like part of season 3, all of season 4 to get ready
Hmm.
for this because I just forgot. I mean, I can't even remember their names. Like, oh my
Now,
God.
one thing I could say about the show, and is that's really positive is that it's still kind of like a an event, you know,
Yeah,
like the show means something because it really meant something back when it was first airing, you know, and
yeah,
first few seasons were a huge hit. And so this new season, it could be one of the only like TV events of the year, you know, like I
yeah,
can't even really think of like another show that people got really amped up about, you know,
yeah,
that's happening right now. I mean, I got amped up about like Alien Earth, but you
yeah.
know, that's just because I'm, you know, that guy. But
Well,
uh,
so I'm that guy too. So yeah, it's like we'll just
yeah,
talk to each other. We don't need other people.
but I mean, I feel like this show is it's a mainstream cultural phenomenon, and I think that that's a great thing. You know, I think that there needs to be more shows like this, and they need to do
Yeah,
just a better job of creating memorable characters and storylines. And
yeah,
you know, there's so many. It's an endless option. There's endless options of things to watch,
yeah.
and I get decision fatigue. You know, I'll be scrolling and be like, oh, and I'll watch like maybe 20 minutes of a show, and then I'm like, nope, you know, and I'll do that every now and again. And
I do
uh,
too.
I
You're
just
not alone.
I just wish that there was better content and less fluff out there. And I think that
I
Stranger Things is a perfect example of good content. So.
Yeah. It was one of those water cooler moments where everybody would gather at work. They're like, "Did you see it?" You know,
Mhm.
kind of like Lost. I'm not going to talk about it, but anyway, um, you know, unfortunately, that show was, you know, kind of one of those shows as well, and Buffy, and not so much
Mhm.
Angel, you know, which kind of makes me sad. Like, it- I'm going to tell you one of my crazy things. Like, and one of the YouTubers said it excellently, that some people will make you kind of choose, or they kind of choose. It's like you either like it, Welcome to Derry, or you like Stranger Things. Um, and I just think that's so silly. But I guess that's the kind of times we're living in on the internet. It's
Pick a
like,
team kind of thing.
yeah, and I'm like, well, they're different enough, and you know, they're not mutually, or they are mutually exclusive, or what have you, but it's just so silly anyway. It's He had a really great argument about that, how people in, I guess, some of their chat boards and stuff like that, are just like, what's not better than, Stranger Things, or it is way worse than that. And it's like, hello, you want to really talk about it? Stranger Things, the Duffer Brothers are huge Stephen King fans.
Yeah.
Let's really, you want to have a conversation about this. It's silly. Have you heard anything out there about something like that, or not really?
Um, One of the things I heard, I think I read it on Reddit, because I was reading into the Welcome to Derry, and they were
Yeah,
saying that the whole um, black spot setup and scene was
yeah.
very much like what was that movie that came out earlier this year? Uh,
Sinners.
Sinners, and they're like, oh, they just ripped off Sinners, and I was just like, what? Like that book was written in
Wow.
1986, man. You know, like
Right.
that whole idea behind that was completely original. And also, I don't think Sinners ripped it off at all either, because it was
No.
totally different. You know, it's a totally different scenario. But
Yeah.
okay, they were both, you know, barns that got burned down with a bunch of black folks in it. You know,
Yeah.
but so that's the same, but the whole premise is way different. You know, and I like
Yeah.
both stories. Obviously, you know, I thought Sinners was really good.
I mean, and I'm right there with you. Sinners, I mean, I own it. And I guess the way I kind of work, and I think you already know this, is if I love a movie, I'm going to buy it. I want
Hmm.
it to be a part of my collection. Streaming is not reliable, and I
Hmm.
found that out. I have a Ty West movie, House of the Devil, and it's not even playing on my Fandango account. Thank God I have like the physical copy. But Sinners was just amazing, and it's original. But I mean, if
Hmm.
people want to argue about it, Stephen King. I mean, if you want to say it's a ripoff, then it might be a ripoff of Stephen King, which I don't think it's a ripoff.
I
This
don't
is
think so at
something.
all.
Yeah,
I think if
completely.
anything, Sinners was like a spin from like The Devil Went Down to Georgia, or like the old
Mhm.
school sell your soul to play perfect guitar kind of tropes,
Yes.
like I like that idea, and it's very, very old school. And
Yeah. What
just
was it? The blues person made a deal with the devil, and what's that called? Deadman's Road or something like that.
Yeah, there's
It's
like a corner, a street, like a corner in a cornfield where that's where they made
yeah,
the deal. Yeah.
yeah,
But it's like an old blues story from way back,
exactly.
Yeah. And so
Exactly.
I chalk Sinners up to that story. That's kind of like the
Yeah,
deep influence of that.
yeah,
But of course, it expands on that greatly, because that's a
yeah.
very basic idea. You sell your soul to
Right,
become famous or something.
right.
But
And
but yeah,
it
that's
wasn't
not
even
the black spot was way different. It was like,
you know. uh, One thing I did want to talk to you about, and we don't have to go into it because we're over, but I don't care. Like, that there were a few YouTubers that were black that could not watch it, because it is very much based on things that have happened in the past,
yeah.
um, and they couldn't watch it because they said some of that just hit a little too close to home and with their families and what they've gone through. I get that, but all of them said they're glad the show did not shy away from it or do a watered down version of it.
Of the
What
black spot or Sinners or both?
of the black spot, and you know what? Also, sinners to a certain degree too.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was the most upsetting episode of all. It was so hardcore. It was so freaking on point, and exactly the way it was in my mind in the book. I mean,
Yeah,
it kind of just does like an overview in the book. I remember,
yeah,
it's told as if it's like just a memory. It's not
right.
like in real time, and in the show, it is a real time thing that really
Yeah,
happens, and I think it was horrifying. It was freaking
mhm.
scary, man.
They did not
And
shy away from it. They didn't
yeah,
shy away from it, and um, something else. They didn't shoehorn it in.
no.
They, it was to me. I from what was going on up until that point, I felt it was a natural progression to
Hmm.
to get to that point. It wasn't like shoehorned in. They didn't water it down, and they're like, "Oh, guess what? Times were like this back
Hmm.
then."
It
And
wasn't even
people,
that long ago.
yeah, I know. That's the sad thing, of,
It is sad.
about it, and I think that's why it hit home with some of the black YouTubers, and um, just watching them versus other YouTubers that are Caucasian.
Hmm.
Um, it was night and day, and you just saw this horrified look on a lot of their faces, like, yeah, my grandparents or whoever had to deal with this, you know,
I mean,
and it hit home. It kind
it's
of hit
just it's
home.
just such a it's hard to to wrap your brain around something like that really
Yeah.
happening. And you
Yeah.
know, like a large group of people getting locked into a room and
Yeah.
having it burned down, and then the people trying
Yeah.
to escape getting shot. I mean, it was just
Yeah.
awful, awful, awful.
It was horrifying, but
Yeah.
I am glad they didn't wear it down. I'm glad they didn't um, brush over it. You know, I'm glad they did it, but watching it, and it's not just people of color. I think it. I mean, because Tom, he watched it with me. It just stirred up something in people, and um, wow, I thought it was powerful. Things you watch don't always have to be, uplifting or what have you to hopefully have you think about it and change. Um, but anyway, I wanted to kind of bring that up, and I wanted to know your opinion
That
about.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
I felt like there was a bit of a conflict in the show. I had a friend that was like every now and again I feel like it's kind of like a kids show a little bit,
yeah,
like there's a lot of uh, kid dialogue, but
yeah,
then they have scenes like that where it's like
yeah,
very much opposite, and definitely not a freaking kid show at all in any kind of way.
yeah,
Like that was so real and so horrifying.
yeah.
Like it was hardcore, man.
Yeah, and one last thing I'll kind of say about that is, I was watching like the actors on this show, the kids. I just want to give each one of them a hug. If you see them in the background, they're all like hugging
Hmm.
on each other. And then the woman who played Rose, the Native American woman, uh,
Hmm.
she just brought like a huge smile to my face. She's like, I had to be a part of the show. And it just made me laugh. And the interviewer's like, why? She's like, come on, how many shows do you have where brown people are saving the day? It's like, I'm
Yeah,
like, yeah, yeah, pretty much,
I make a really good point there for sure.
I mean, I loved it, and I just love. If you get a chance, look at the behind the scenes stuff, especially that kid Richie. I
Hmm.
want to hug that little guy. He is so amazing. And then at the end, when he comes, as a ghost and flips off it, I'm like, wow, that was appropriate and very well done.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
I love the scene where he starts jamming on the drums. You
oh
know, it starts
yeah,
off real light, and then he like
yeah.
gets into it, and I was just like, yeah, this is good. It was
God, I
good.
love that. Anyway, I thought it was a great show. I think they did a really good job. I think they touched on uh, things that are kind of going on now. I feel,
Mhm.
which is kind of scary because, like you said, it wasn't that long ago. Um, I just, I don't know. I love this show so much, and I think they did really great work, and they changed the whole scope. I think you saw on Facebook. I watched it all. I watched it like all in a row. Wow, it changed my perspective of the
Mhm.
first two movies by watching Welcome to Derry. Anyway, I loved it. I thought it was a great show. Everything we talked about, I pretty much loved. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, I
um,
agree with
I
you.
thi- yeah, and I think everyone did a good job. Unfortunately, we gotta wrap this up, but um, what are you gonna be doing for if you want to tell us, for Christmas, or do you have anything you kind of want to say? It's probably going to be the last one we do for this year.
Well, the next couple weeks, I'm gonna be doing more ranch cooking events, but after that, I'm gonna have a chill Christmas where I'm gonna watch a double feature at Alamo Draft House. I'm gonna put some like beef stew in like a slow cooker, and then we're gonna go to the
Yeah,
movies And
Yeah.
in between the movies, we're gonna get a couple cocktails and go back to the next movie. Want to see Anaconda, and then we're not really sure which other movie we're gonna see quite yet, but we're set up for two, and then we're gonna go home, and beef stew is gonna be ready. I'm a chef, and so like going minimal for Christmas is like right up my alley.
Hey, you know what? And I love that because guess what sounds really good to me right now? Beef stew. So,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's the ideal cold outside kind of food, right?
right. And look, I'm not even a chef, but I'm the only one in this household who can cook. So, yeah, I'm thinking because I think I kind of went all out for Thanksgiving with
Mm-hmm.
everybody. Um, I think I want to do something so simple for like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, Christmas Day, it's probably going to be during lunchtime or whatever, but
Yeah.
um, yeah. And New Year's, I always do my fried chicken, black eyed peas, collard greens,
Nice.
and
Nice.
cornbread. I need my luck and I need my money. Is
Yeah. Yeah.
it going to
I
happen? No.
I love all that stuff. New Year's Eve, I'm actually flying to Mexico City. So
What?
I'm gonna be there for 10 days and gonna do some food tourism.
Like for fun or
Yeah,
business
for
or
fun. Yeah. No, we
nice.
got a bunch of fine dining Mexican restaurants booked, and also like I just want to eat all the tacos, man. Seriously.
You better share. You better like tell me.
I'll take lots of pictures. I'll
Okay.
let you know what are the places to go. Yeah, just everything. So yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
because
looking forward to it.
I would do that tour with you in a heartbeat.
Hell
And
yeah.
I'm
Hell
just
yeah.
saying, I'm not inviting myself. I promise. But I would do it, and I would not. I would probably be shameless, but not shameless. I don't know. But anyway, that sounds amazing. I'm just resting up and probably cooking way too much.
Nice.
um, and everybody will eat it, and we're just gonna probably do like the whole Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, Hobbit trilogy, whatever, and I just need to chill and not think for like a day or two and look for an apartment. So there we
One last
go.
one last little side note.
Okay.
I downloaded Fellowship of the Ring because I read it so many years ago, but I
Right.
downloaded it for Audible audiobook, and
Uh-huh.
it's read by Andy Serkis, who plays Gollum, and
No way.
I totally forgot that it takes 10 hours to get out of the Shire.
Leave. Get out. Go for it. Oh my god. I mean, even the movies, they cut that down still. The extended versions, because that's all
Yeah,
I have. That's all I have
yeah.
now is the extended versions. And
And the
thank
whole the Tom Bombadil scene, like it made me realize I'm like, this is why they cut him out. I get it. I get it.
But
He
hey, they put him
sings.
in the Rings of Power.
That's true.
Oh
That's
Lord.
true. I don't want to talk about Rings of Power.
Okay, no, no, we're not going to talk about it. But the Rings of Power, we'll talk behind the scenes about that, about how it is. It's very
Yeah,
divisive. So anyway,
definitely.
well, man, I hope you have an amazing, a great holiday season in general, and thank you for doing this. This is amazing, and I enjoy every time we're on camera. Thank you. Oh, hell, on the
I
phone,
enjoy it as
I enjoy
well.
that too.
I think that this
So
next year we're gonna have some fantastic movies. So look forward to it.
we're gonna have great movies, and we're gonna have some really good discussions
Yes.
about a lot of those movies, and I look forward to it. And not just horror movies. Some of my friends are like, "That's how you want to see." I'm like, "That's not." But I did watch the new Dracula, and we'll talk. We'll talk about
Yes.
that later. We'll talk about that later,
Okay.
I promise. But anyway, have a good vacation, and I will talk to you soon.
All right, Richard. Have a good one. Bye.
Have a good one. Oh.